I am going to try this one more time, so bear with me. I'll just keep talking, and maybe people will see me. If not, I'll figure out how to use it later. I've done this once, so I just um, I'm not necessarily so sure how to get the participants going and all of that, and see all your comments. But I'm trying. At any rate, welcome. I see that there are people watching. If I can't read your comments, I apologize. I'm just trying to figure all of this out, and it doesn't look like I'm doing such a hot job of it. I'll have to get Linda Grendel to teach me. Let me see here. Just bear with me, folks. I'm trying to see if I can get the chat going, and I just don't know how to do it. Well, I don't know. Let me see. One more thing here. I'll try, and if not, then what can I say? All right. Well, anyway, welcome. I don't know how to read the chat on the side, and so if anybody can email me that, I'd greatly appreciate it. But anyway, as I was saying earlier, the COVID thing just rages on and on and on, and it's really frightening. So I do see it coming under control, and I do see a lot more people getting vaccinated. And as Linda Grindle and I talked today on her channel, that the courts, like a lot of these states that are saying that, kids, if they wear masks to school, or that they don't have to, or that schools will lose their funding if they require kids to wear a mask. A lot of people are taking these things to court, and the courts are saying, no, if these people want to wear a mask, they can do so. And the school districts do have the rights to require kids to wear a mask. So a lot of that's not holding up in court. And I see a lot more court cases about these states that are trying to undo the mask mandates. So I think this virus is just going to rage on for quite a while. I'm thinking it might even take probably December, January longer before we get it under control. But the good news is I see a lot more people, as I said, getting vaccinated. The bad thing is, though, is the virus will mutate. Vaccination stops that from happening. And so the virus is going to keep mutating. And I do think at some point scientists will predict what pieces of the virus that have mutated and how to put that into a vaccine. But the problem is that people have to get vaccinated. So I saw Rand Paul today spewing his nonsense about vaccine. And somebody asked what happens to him. Well, his misinformation about COVID is nonsense. He's a doctor. He should be ashamed of himself. Telling people not to follow mask mandates, not to follow the CDC guidelines, not to show vaccination records, nothing like that. I understand this is the same Rand Paul who refused to follow rules of the subdivision where he lives. I see him out of office. I really do. So, okay. A lot of people want to know about the infrastructure bill. Well, thank goodness I see it passing. And as Linda Grendel has said, it really is commensurate with the New Deal. My feeling is it'll create numerous jobs. It'll totally improve the infrastructure of this country. My feeling is with the green energy and things like that, it'll help climate change. We really need this legislation. And I think if a lot of Republican senators want to have a chance of getting reelected, they need to get on board and pass this infrastructure bill. I would do Mitch McConnell, but somebody commented today that I'm overdoing it a bit, so I won't do it tonight. I don't want to overdo. Anyway, boy, the latest. Linda Grindle and I had predicted there'll be a lot more stuff coming out about Donald Trump and with the Department of Justice. And what about this memo or this thing that came out about Jeffrey Clark, who worked in the Department of Justice? And he drafted a letter to Georgia and to the swing states asking those states to overturn the election results of 2020. Um, whoa. And he asked Jeff Rosen to sign it and send it, and Jeffrey Rosen said no. So it's pretty amazing, that this DOJ subordinate colluded with the White House to overturn the election, and to support Trump's big lie. I've got a funny feeling. I predict that these allegations will go lead directly to Trump. I got a funny feeling. I think Trump is also going to face charges of insurrection and conspiracy now, as well as Clark. I heard Glenn Kirshner say that conspiracy is an overt act where two or more people agree to commit a crime, even if the crime wasn't committed. Well, guess what, Jeffrey Clark? I intuit him indicted on numerous counts. And I've got a feeling they might even try to get him to do some flipping on Trump. But I talked about today on Linda's channel, I saw this thing of Trump and these arrows coming at him from all directions. So basically, he's just, a lot of the stuff that he's done is going to start hitting him from every direction. And a lot more truth is going to come out. People are criticizing Merrick Garland, but look at what Merrick Garland is the civil lawsuits and the things he's investigating in the states where civil rights have been broken. He's slow to get things started, but he will be investigating his own DOJ. And to use the vernacular, heads are gonna roll. It's gonna be something. Excuse me, I'm taking a drink of my orange Fanta. It's my favorite pop. And I'm not much of a pop drinker, but I enjoy this. Anyway, so I've got a feeling that Trump is going to face charges of insurrection, conspiracy, all kinds of stuff. As I was saying earlier, the climate, we're in a code red with this climate crisis as wildfires rage in California and Oregon. Record heat waves, drought, floods across the globe are accelerating at an alarming rate. Currently, Greece is experiencing heat wave with temperatures expected to reach 43 degrees Celsius, which is 109 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's unheard of. Wildfires are raging, as I said before, across Greece, fires in Athens, fires rage in Turkey. A heat wave is hitting Bosnia and Herzegovina, I'm not quite how to pronounce that. Bulgaria, Italy, Romania. Severe floods happened in Germany, Belgium, Central Europe. Weather events that happen maybe once in 100 years are happening on a daily basis. But I predict that we still have time to make changes in order to keep climate change from becoming far worse. I mean, the damage that's done is going to take decades to repair. But our job now is just make sure that it doesn't get worse. Climate change is not partisan. It's real, it's dangerous, and it will worsen until we take action. And hopefully we'll take action so that the scale doesn't tip too far over. I see things coming. I predict things like solar power, green energy, fuels made from algae, hydrogen energy, and the only byproduct is water. So I'm seeing a lot of new technology coming out to help curb this threat of climate change. Also huge breakthroughs in battery technology as well. So I see a lot of promising things coming up. At any rate, okay. So I had a dream or a vision that maybe like in August or September, there was going to be another huge insurrection event, let's say, around the Capitol in September by the MAGA movement, the ultra right. I'm thinking it's going to be maybe another attempt at insurrection. I foresee violence, but I see it squelched. And I see another round of arrests coming as a result of that. But I see the National Guard or something around the Capitol once again. But as I said, that attempt will be quelled. So I see the FBI infiltrating a lot of these groups. And sending in undercover people and investigating. And so a lot of those groups will be broken up and people brought to trial because of the insurrection. It's funny. I see Steve Bannon under indictment again, not for the stuff that he was pardoned for, but for other stuff coming. And I see Breitbart News getting, I don't know, a lot of lawsuits. And I see a lot of, I'm predicting a lot of trouble coming for them as well. I'm going to make this quick. I'm not going to be on here long. This is kind of an experiment for me tonight. The last time I went live, I did it by accident and everything worked. This time I tried it and it's like, I'll figure out how to do it. Anyway, I'm seeing like Trumplicans facing many losses, but they're going to continue to try and find ways to overturn fair elections so they could win, even if they lose. That coup almost succeeded. But, if you get somebody in there that's really smart and can manipulate the system and kind of make it, and argue good cases in court, I don't know. We're not out of the woods. But I do see a lot of Republicans in the House retiring. And as I said, I think the Democrats will hold on to the House and the Senate during the midterms. Hey, did you hear that Devin Nunes is suing Rachel Maddow of defamation? Good luck, Devin, because you aren't going to win. In fact, with him bringing up those kind of lawsuits, he's got to be careful because I intuit that it's going to end up bringing up a lot of crap about him. So there you go, Devin. Anyway, many House Republicans are retiring, as I said. And, I see a lot of us beginning to speak up more and more about this apartheid, this minority of Trumplicans that want to control the majority and the rest of us. I intuit that the racism and fascism in this country will be corralled and that Trump's grip on many Republicans shall and will end. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. So anyway, some people are asking what will happen to Tucker Carlson. I see him gone from Fox News. I don't know why. I just don't see him there. It might take some years, but I see him, maybe 2 or 3 years, I see him gone. I said on Linda Grinda's channel today that I kind of thought he might run for political office of some sort. I don't know if he'll win. But I think it's kind of frightening that he went to Hungary and kind of hobnobbed with that fascist president in Hungary and said that would be kind of like that kind of leadership America needed or whatever he said. I mean, that man is frightening. But I see him going at some point too. People are asking about Afghanistan. And I do see Afghanistan lost to the Taliban in maybe a couple of weeks. However, at some point, there are going to be people that are anti-Taliban springing up, my guides show me, and springing up against the Taliban. And so I'm almost thinking at some point that country is going to be in another civil war. And at some point, the Taliban will be overturned. Anyway, that's just a few things I wanted to touch on. I'm going to sign off for now. I'm trying this live stuff, but it's, if I could see the chat, I could answer your questions, but I can't see the chat, so I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, we'll try again maybe tomorrow night for a live session, and everybody stay well. Namaste. From the Aloha Psychic to everybody out there, have a great evening. All right, bye-bye.